Welcome to Yakar's Parasha podcast. This week it's Parashat Va'eira. It is convenient for us to think in terms of pure, absolute, distinct evil, something which almost cannot be explained, that doesn't almost seem to be human. So we have examples of this throughout history: Hitler, Nazism, and we have now, unfortunately, a tragic example of this that has just happened very recently to us. We've been absolutely shocked by the sheer brutality of the attacks of 7/10. So tragic. And the way some of us, or the way the conversation has developed, is very much a notion of this is something which is inexplicable, almost subhuman, so terrible, so animalistic, so evil. It's like Amalek. There's nothing to do but to wipe it out. It has created a binary of pure evil versus pure good. And as much as I think there is a place for that, and I would never criticize anybody now who has been affected firsthand from 7/10, I want to say how unhelpful that binary really is. Both because it sets up an almost subhuman notion of absolute evil, pure evil, versus then the opposite binary of pure good that can do no evil. That pure good is always good. And that if you're on the good side, you're like, fine. But also, it does not give an account of how normal human beings fall into doing not such good stuff. So let's go to the Parasha and let's look at the terrible evil person called Pharaoh, who does really eventually embody something so irrational that he even destroys himself and his own people. And let's compare him to the greatest of people, Moshe Rabbeinu. And we will find that both of them start from the same place. They are both kaved, heavy. Moshe is kaved peh, heavy of mouth, which is a way of saying that he had a speech impediment. He stammered or something like that. But we don't say humagamgem. In the Hebrew, in the Torah, we say kaved peh. He has a heavy mouth. And what about Pharaoh? Pharaoh, we all know, he's kaved lev. He's heavy of heart. God eventually hardens his heart, but only after Pharaoh has been hardening his own heart for some time. So actually, when we're talking about evil or bad, it's not really where you start that is what is important. It's not that some people have a neshama Yehudit and are pure good and others are born Hitlers. It is actually that both Moshe and Paro can start from the same place. The question is, what are the dynamics? What is the tshuva process? What are the consequences? What are the things that derail Pharaoh? What is he frightened of? And what is it that enables Moshe to rise from kaved peh to be the messenger of redemption? And I think it's there that we need to think much more. And the binary of pure evil and pure good will do us no good, will be completely unhelpful for what most of us have a challenge with, which is the dynamics, right, of corruption. How our society allows for corruption. How our society allows for a very kind of light veneer of racism. In ourselves, at our Shabbat tables, wherever it is. This is the slippery slope into becoming like Pharaoh. And this is the slope we need to avoid if we want to be like Moshe. Because they both start at the same place, but they end up in very different places. Oh Hashem. So there is perhaps absolute evil. But absolute evil is not subhuman. It's not animalistic at all. It actually is very human. It is us. And the question is, are we Moshe? Can we become Moshe? Or will we descend into becoming Pharaoh? Shabbat Shalom.